back with another controversial topic. If you don't know, I've been doing this commentary thing. I don't know. The last one didn't get very many views. I thought it would because it was an okay video, but whatever. Today, we're going to be looking at a video called 10 Reasons Why Vegans Are Ruining the World. I'm not a vegan. Just a little thing. I'm not a vegan. I'm not, I just ate a pizza today, so, a full-on cheese pizza. It was delicious. Yeah, the entire thing. But I feel like this really needs to be addressed because it is pretty retarded, if I do say so myself. Some of the points can be debunked with common knowledge and the fact that they're not really points at all. I did some research, so we're just going to play the video. Let's begin. I'm probably not going to be able to show you, just we'll listen to it. There's nothing really going on. It's just one of those all-time top 10 ones where you just see a image of white girl cutting capsicum or scientist with coat dripping into a little test tube something. Those types of stock videos, so you're not missing out. Let's begin.
10 ways vegans are ruining the world. Number 10. Environmental footprint. Advocates of veganism, including everyone's favourite chat show host Ellen DeGeneres, regularly point out how harmful consumption of meat is to the environment. For example, producing just one hamburger uses enough fossil fuel to drive a small car for 30 kilometres.
Yes, it does. And it is really harmful. I'm not saying you shouldn't eat hamburgers, I'm saying you shouldn't eat 20 hamburgers every week. It's bad for your health. And they're going on in this video saying, oh my god, meat is so good for you, you should always have meat. It causes cancer. Fried chicken causes cancer. One hamburger is enough to drive one car 30 kilometers, and yet they're gonna go on to diss lettuce. What? How does that... No mind, just hear the video. I watched it 3 times before to get some information and just to see how I could debunk it. So let's keep watching.
But according to a new study by researchers at Carnegie Mellon University, this isn't entirely true. They controversially claim that eating lettuce is over 3 times worse in terms of greenhouse gas emissions than eating bacon.
Okay, first of all, you're comparing lettuce. Lettuce, the vegetable that is used for appetizers. Vegans don't eat that as a meal. They eat other things. There's potato, pumpkin, celery. There's so many other filling things that they eat. They don't just eat lettuce. Seriously, what do you guys think that they're doing? They have a salad, for lunch or something, and then a main course. Veganism is basically just not eating meat. That's all it is. Or, other stuff. But let's continue.
This is because lettuce has so few calories, around 15 calories a leaf. So someone would need to eat 2 whole iceberg lettuces to even get close to the equivalent calorie intake of 2 rashers of smoked bacon.
Once again, you're comparing bacon to lettuce. You could have easily done this thing with a potato, just a hearty, starchy potato, and it would have been 10 times more effective. But you're comparing lettuce. Lettuce! No one eats that for a meal. You eat it for an appetizer, or a Caesar salad. You don't eat it for a meal. It's not filling. That's why it only has 15 calories a leaf. It's basically just water. Let's continue. This is just retarded.
Around 200 calories. The leafy vegetable is also far more likely to perish before it reaches the dinner table, with the food waste further increasing its emissions footprint. So
they're showing factory images with big plumes of smoke. You do realize that all you need to do to produce lettuce is water, and if you put pesticides if it's not organic, but water and soil is all it really needs. You're not going to go out there with the smoke gun and go, here, little lettuces, let me give you some carbon dioxide. You can go up and cause climate change. Woohoo! No, you're not going to do that. It's lettuce. You water it. I'm sorry, but how does it produce 3 times more? This is just retarded, man.
This means you can swap the salad for a bacon baguette and feel less guilty.
Oh, have you guys ever seen a cute pig with boots on? Oh, go to Google Images and search up cute pig. Yeah, Yeah, I feel really less guilty and then swapping it out for a salad instead of a bacon baguette. Oh, and also pigs are really unethically treated. I'll maybe do a video on that another day, but I feel like it's already been covered by every single news outlet. But you might want to hear it from YouTube, so I don't know. Tell me in the comments if you want to see a video about animal cruelty.
Number 9. Crazy hormones.
Okay, this one I can kind of get behind, but, like, they're basically just saying soybeans are bad for you. They don't say anything about fermented products that you can actually eat. In case you guys didn't know, soybeans you can get fermented soybeans. So that basically means they're fermented, which means, fermented soybeans aren't bad for you. Soybeans on their own are bad for you. Soy milk and tofu contain non-fermented soybeans, and that's why I don't personally eat them. But you can eat fermented soybeans just fine. They don't mention that.
The soybean is the symbol of the vegan lifestyle and has been marketed for decades as the perfect health food. But this little legume has a dark side. Soybeans naturally contain anti-nutrients such as phytoestrogens. Fermentation normally destroys phytoestrogens, which allows your body to...
They don't tell you about any fermentation products, though. They just go on about the bad stuff. And I'm sorry, but they're not ruining the world. This is a video about vegans ruining the world. How the hell does this have any correlation to them ruining the world? They choose to eat this stuff. If you don't want to eat this stuff, that's good for you. You don't have to eat this stuff. Oh god. They're not ruining the world, okay? You get my point.
Nutritional benefits. But the problem is, most Westerners consume unfermented soy rather than fermented soy, mostly in the form of soy milk, tofu, and soy infant formula. So people are consuming soy with high levels of anti-nutrients, and this can have very harmful consequences. For instance, phytoestrogens can mimic estrogen in the body, causing a chain reaction of hormones.
Now, I'm pretty sure you're going to have to eat a lot of these. It's kind of like a cyanide apple seed kind of thing. I haven't done any research, but if there's a pinned comment, it'll have all my wrongness down here. But I'm pretty sure you'd have to eat a lot, because my mum's a vegan and she told me that you'd have to eat quite a lot, and she's a biologist. Well, she's kind of a biologist. She does arid and tropical landscapes, but she had to study biology to get that degree. So she knows what she's talking about. She's not just stupid. So you'd probably have to eat a lot to get, what he's talking about. It's not just going to be, oh, I ate one unfermented soybean. Whoop-de-doo, I'm going to die then. Let's begin. Let's keep watching.
Balances in males and females. But what happens when things get out of balance? Well, too much soy in a man's diet has been linked to gynecomastia, male breast enlargement, and has been known to cause a loss of sexual desire. For women, studies on young female rats suggest that soy is a contributing factor in premature menstruation, while for both men and women, soy may cause infertility. Soy, you should probably cut it out of your diet.
You shouldn't completely cut it out of your diet. Just don't eat a lot of it. And if you're not vegan, you have no reason to. I drink milk, and I eat normal meat. I'm not going to go out and eat tofu, so there's no correlation between them ruining the world and me eating some soybeans.
Number 8. California drought.
Okay, this is an interesting one, because they do have some good points, but then I'm going to debunk them. Let's begin. It's about almonds.
Take a trip to any supermarket these days and you'll find a whole bunch of plant milk alternatives, including everyone's favourite, almond milk. Almonds are one of the healthiest foods you can eat. They're packed to the brim with vitamins, protein and fibre, and when eaten as a snack, can actually help to reduce hunger. But the super healthy nuts, mostly grown in drought-hit California, need millions of litres of water to be produced.
That sounds like a lot, until you realise it's 10% of California's water production. Not the entire United States, 10% of California's. California is one state in America, and America's a pretty big place. So I'm sorry, but it's not going to hit even a dent in, say, New York's, water supply. It's probably less than 1% of the entire American water supply.
You might want to think twice before you pour it on your cereal. On average, it takes around 5 litres of water to grow one almond. And thanks to the huge profits they bring in, almond orchards continue to be planted. California produces 82% of the world's almonds. And this all-year-round crop guzzles close to 10% of the area's agricultural water supply. But as the state suffers from annual droughts, the finger of blame is being pointed at the almond.
Now this one can be a really good point if you don't believe in climate change. Like, if you don't know what climate change does, it melts the ice caps, which means hot places get more drought, and places that already get a bunch of rain will get floods. Stuff like that. Saying here in Echuca, we get a lot of floods and a lot of droughts. We get one flood each year, and then like one drought every 10 years. So we get about a flood the size of a tsunami, and a drought that lasts like 1,400 years. So, and also, one other thing, we can stop climate change if one person, every day, every week, within about like a year, it would be gone. We would reverse climate change completely. So, if we just stopped eating meat for one day, we became vegan for one day. It's actually pretty interesting. I should go look it up. Yeah.
The drought killed around 62 million trees in 2016 alone, and yet the demand for almond milk is still on the rise around the globe. Number 7. Blood guacamole.
This one's pretty funny to me as well, because they talk about, in Mexico, there's this term called blood guacamole. I'll just let them explain, but I'm just going to say, it's not the vegans' problem. They just want some avocado. You guys eat avocado. You're telling me that you just eat meat, like you just eat meat, that's all you eat? You just eat a cup of bacon for your coffee? No, you eat avocados too. People go way too hard on vegans. It's their lifestyle choices. Just...
The next time you're having brunch, think twice before ordering avocado toast. Not because you should be saving the money for a mortgage, but because there's a dark story lurking beneath the surface of the green fleshy fruit. In Mexico, where they're colloquially referred to as green gold, avocados can get you killed. Production of the crop that earned Mexico more than $1.5 billion in exports in 2016 is concentrated in the state of Michoacan, and much of it is controlled by a drug cartel known as the Caballeros Templarios, or the Knights Templar. For decades, rich drug traffickers have purchased avocado plantations to launder money or make legitimate profits. But
how was that vegans' fault? Isn't that the police's job to deal with that? What, do you expect the vegans to go in there with a tank and go, alright, everyone, we need to stop the blood guacamole, okay? And plus, it's not just vegans, I've said this before, but you guys eat avocado too. Are you kidding me? I'm not vegan. I'm not even vegetarian. I'm a meat eater. I'm ethical. I don't want to eat palm oils because of orangutans and stuff like that. So I'll eat anything that the animal hasn't been tortured, basically. But I eat avocados all the time, and yet I'm not going to be called an evil piece of whatever they'd call a vegan, because I just see this logic really weird. If they saw a meat eater eating avocados, they wouldn't bat an eye. But as soon as they see a vegan meat eating avocados, oh god, oh he's ruining the world. He's invoking blood guacamole. It's just retarded to me.
It wasn't until several years ago, however, that the Templarios became further involved in the avocado business. They've infiltrated the avocado sector by making farmers and landowners give up a percentage of their income, taxing all fruit sold and land-owned, and even murdering those who refuse to play by the rules. And this has resulted in the term blood guacamole. Number 6. Cancer and heart disease.
Just how? Also, this next one is about cancer and heart disease. Well, we'll just let him hear what he has to say. He says a lot about vitamins, I think, in this one. I can't really remember. But there's only really one vitamin that vegans can't get, and they can supplement it. B12. They can literally get every other single vitamin from plants and veggies. And he's saying, oh, there's so many that vegans can't get. They can supplement them. So just listen.
Consuming a plant-based diet has been widely considered to be healthier than a traditional meat and two-veg diet.
No one has ever said that. Literally, I believe that it's healthier to have what they call a Mediterranean diet. I don't believe that vegans should do what they're doing. I think it's pretty torturous. But, it's their lifestyle choices. Stop hating on them just because they don't want to kill something every 2 seconds. Seriously. Chill.
As it has been shown to ward off chronic diseases. However, scientists in the US have turned this assumption on its head. claiming that a long-term vegetarian diet can alter human DNA, raising the risk of cancer and heart disease. They found that populations who have had a primarily vegetarian diet for generations were far more likely to carry DNA, which makes them susceptible to inflammation. The mutations occurred, according to scientists, to make it easier for vegetarians to absorb essential fatty acids from plants. However, this has the knock-on effect of boosting the production of arachidonic acid, which is linked to cancer. These days, spending on cancer medicine totals around $100 billion worldwide, with the cost expected to exceed $150 billion by 2020. But if veganism continues in popularity, it could cause these healthcare costs to increase further.
So, vegans are getting cancer, so they don't deserve treatment. They don't deserve a cure for cancer. Excuse me, what? I know they're bringing it on themselves, really, but that doesn't mean... Say if a meat eater gets cancer. No one bats an eye. No one bats an eye. They're all like, oh no, you poor thing. But apparently, according to these guys, if a vegan gets cancer, it's because of their diet. There could have been many different things in that research. They could have completely faked it, but they wouldn't have. I'm just a dumb kid. But there could have been many things. I just don't know how their logic works. Meat eater gets cancer, not because of their diet, even though meat actually causes cancer if you eat too much of it. They didn't say that in the video, though, but I know it's true. It's just, yeah, I don't know. Continue.
Number 5, nutrient deficiency.
This is the
There are
one.
only some nutrients that humans can consume by eating plants, and others that they can only consume by eating animals.
B12. That's the only one they can all get. Search up vitamin B12, and that's the only one. And even then, they can supplement it. So, you're wrong, Matt.
Vital nutrient that vegans can't get in a meat-free diet is vitamin B12, a water-soluble vitamin that is involved in the function of every cell in the body. It's particularly important in the formation of blood and the function of the brain. In fact, the problem is so bad that one study showed a whopping 92% of vegans are deficient in this critical nutrient. Those who don't supplement B12 are at risk for consequences as serious as blindness and brain abnormalities. More worryingly, though, B12 is just one vitamin vegans aren't getting enough of. According to
B12 you can supplement with literally mushrooms. Not a lot of people like mushrooms. I personally hate them the first time I had them, I spewed. But if you are a vegan, you need to supplement it with mushrooms grown in B12 rich soil, which is completely vegan, so you can have it. It's just... I don't know. I do know because I've done some research, but I just don't know how these people can be that hostile against vegans when they're literally doing nothing. They're doing nothing to hurt you. Like, seriously.
Dr. Frankie Phillips, a registered dietitian with the British Dietetic Association, vegans are less strong than meat eaters as they have weaker muscles due to a lower intake of amino acids which generate muscle mass.
Okay, I didn't do much research into this one, but I can tell you that that is false. There are tons of bodybuilders who are completely vegan. Now, I forgot his name, but there is one YouTuber who I'm not very much of a fan of because he's a bit of a not nice man. But I can't remember what his name is, but Great Aunt I had a big spiel with him ages ago, but he is completely vegan apparently, and he has a nice bod. No homo. I'm a kid anyway, I don't do that. But he is muscly, like, he's pretty strong for a vegan. So that is just completely false. You can supplement it if you want, and if you really want to have a normal body, you just have to supplement it. Gee, and it's not hurting you. Again, seriously, vegans aren't ruining the world by not being as strong as you. That's not...
4. Mental health.
Mental health. Right,
In 2014, a controversial study by the Medical University of Graz concluded that those who adopt a vegan or vegetarian diet were ill more often, more susceptible to physical and mental disorders, and generally had a lower quality of life than people who eat meat. The researchers in Austria interviewed around 1,300 people split into different diet groups. Accounting for smoking and physical exercise, they concluded that the big difference in susceptibility to disease was diet. According to their research, vegetarians and vegans were hit harder by 14 of the 18 illnesses monitored in the study, which included diabetes, migraines, and osteoporosis. They were also twice as likely to suffer from anxiety or depression. A similar study from the University of Hildesheim found the vegetarians suffered more from depression, anxiety, and eating disorders.
What? How does that make any sense? Well, it kind of does. I can see it, but no, take that last point back. I've just gone to a habit of saying this because there's so many points in this stupid video that don't make any sense. We're nearly done, by the way. It's 6 minutes out of 9, so only 3 more minutes left. We're 20 minutes long. Jeez, no one's going to listen up to this point. But, so, yeah, how is that affecting you? I'm sorry, but if you see someone depressed, you're not going to become instantly depressed, are you? No, you're not. Seriously, like, there could have been many things that happened. They only interviewed 1,300 people split into different dietary categories. There could have only been 100 people in the vegan category. So, I'm sorry, but what? It's quite stupid, to say the least, because vegans aren't ruining the world by being depressed, are they? I wouldn't say that a meat eater is ruining the world by being depressed. Please, just stop making videos, all time 10s.
Suggested the more favourable diet was a so-called Mediterranean diet, high in fruits and vegetables, but still including moderate amounts of meat. The participants who followed this diet reported feeling healthier and were found to suffer less frequently from chronic diseases. Number 3. Starving South America. For those of you who've ever tried a vegan clean eating diet, you've probably consumed a whole lot of quinoa. But it turns out that this low-fat, high-protein superfood isn't quite as innocent as it might seem. Not long ago, quinoa was just an obscure Peruvian grain that you could only buy in Whole Food shops. But these days, opting for a quinoa salad has detrimental effects in the fields of Peru and Bolivia, where the grain is farmed. You see, it's supposed to be a cash crop, but the hike in prices due to its increasing popularity in the Western world pushed the very people that farm quinoa out of their own marketplace. Between 2000 and its peak in 2014, the average price of quinoa exports from Peru and Bolivia more than tripled to between $6 and $7 a kilogram.
Oh no, it's become more expensive so they can actually make a profit? Oh god, that's so worst. They're making people from South America a profit? No, vegans are ruining the world, aren't they?
People who have eaten quinoa for the best part of 7 centuries are finding that imported junk food is cheaper to eat.
That one was really poor structured for me. I couldn't understand half of what they were saying. All I could really understand was that they were making more money because it was more expensive. How is that... Once again, how is that ruining the world? Seriously. Okay, this one I agree on. Every single point I agree on this one. This is children's health. I believe that every child should be able to choose whether or not he should be vegan, or she should be vegan, or whatever. Like, I believe it's their choice. If they want to be vegan, let them. Don't slander them on the internet and make memes about them. Some of the memes are pretty funny though. I mean, I mumble a bit too much in my videos, and I'm kind of seeing that now. And I also go on for way too long in my videos, sorry. But, yeah. Let's just play this one. I might even skip ahead, but I'll play it. Yeah, I might put a timestamp in the, No, never mind. Just play
Number 2. Children's health. In the last 10 years, the number of vegans in the UK has risen by a whopping 360%. With 42% of those vegans being between the ages of 15 and 34, the forward-thinking youth of today might be inclined to rear a generation of plant-based babies. But is a vegan diet good for children? Well, nutritionists have warned that infants who follow the diet are often leaner and smaller than those who eat meat. Professor Mary Futrell of University College London said this is often the result of a lack of nutrients such as vitamin B12, calcium, zinc, and high-quality protein. She further warned that this type of diet could lead to irreversible cognitive damage, and in the worst cases, claimed it can even result in death. Number 1. Cashew burn.
Okay, this one's getting much better. This is cashew burn, and in case you didn't know, this is really sad, so if you don't really want to hear it, just skip ahead. But children in Africa, I know about this because I didn't even have to do research, I just know about this. Children in Africa are being forced to work as basically slaves. They're given really low prices, and they're forced to pick cashews, which squirt out little acids at them. So these last 2 points are actually pretty good, but this one is getting better, and it is in no way the vegans' fault. They don't know. They're not pretty uneducated. They just want to help animals. They don't really know, but, they should probably do some research. But it's not their fault. They can't go in there to the slave masters, kick down their door and say, give these children gloves, or stop making them work at all. What are they going to do? You don't see any meat eaters doing anything to stop this. Seriously, how is this making oh god, meat eaters eat cashews. Not as much as vegans, but vegans need cheese because you could make vegan cheese out of cashews. But let's just begin.
Cashews are the most eaten nut in the US and Europe, and are a popular staple in the vegan diet because they can be processed to make vegan cheese. Brimming with fiber, protein, and unsaturated fat, nutritional studies have linked the nut to lower rates of heart disease and a longer life. However, in India, where more than 60% of the cashews are processed, it's another story entirely. The nuts are ridiculously hard to extract. A cashew has 2 layers of hard shell, between which are caustic substances, cardol and anacardic acid, which can cause serious burns. As a result, many workers in the cashew industry have permanent damage to their hands from this corrosive liquid, because factories don't routinely provide gloves. They also only...
Once again, this is getting better, so you don't have to worry about this. If you want to, you can go study it up yourself and see if you can donate to some company doing it, helping. But it's getting better, and it is no way the vegans' fault. And it's just really saddening to me that people can be this dumb. We've got 44 seconds left, and I'm nearly up to 30 minutes. I might have to cut this video.
Earn about $2 a day. But this is nothing compared to what's happening in Vietnam, the world's largest exporter of processed cashews. According to a 2011 Human Rights Watch report, drug addicts detained in former labor camps in Vietnam process cashews. Those who refuse to work are beaten with truncheons, given electric shocks, locked in isolation, and deprived of food and water.
Not the
So
vegans'
that
fault.
was 10 ways vegans are ruining the world.
Alright, there's the end of the video. If you want any more topics that you want me to cover in this really long video, Jesus, no one's going to watch this. YouTube might recommend it though, because it's long, and YouTube likes long things. I really feel tempted to put the sexy music on top of that, because that's what she said. But that will be to the end of today's video, because I cannot make this any longer, otherwise no one will watch it, because they'll think it's just a weird kid mumbling on about stupid stuff, which it is. But I've actually done research. So, yeah. If you agree with me, leave a like. If you disagree with me, leave a dislike and tell me why in the comments. Yeah, so yeah.